Hello Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. So today I wanted to show you this fabulous little welcome sign that I created. This is a framed piece, so you can see it's in a frame, and it even has the little the piece back here. This frame I actually found on Amazon, and it was actually a sports theme frame. So it actually was like an oval over here, which you'll see later whenever I open it up for the mat. And then the team picture over here. So it would be like your individual sports, like, you know, your son or daughter over here, and then the whole sports team over here. So that's how I found this nice long skinny frame, was under, like, you know, under those dimensions and everything. So I think it's like 12 by 6, I think is what it is. Again, whenever we open it up, I'll know that for sure, but I can always leave it down there as well. So what I did for this is I actually used the large layering letters. So I did the welcome, and then of course my O is a different decorative piece. So I can switch that piece out for holidays and things like that. So today I wanted to show you my spring as well as my birthday ones. And then stay tuned as I'll show some of the other decorative ones as we move through the year. So of course I have, you know, like your birthday, you can do, if it's somebody in your family's birthday that week or that month, you can always change it up. I went with this one for like a strawberry cupcake because vanilla is white, so how do you really do that? And then this one as a chocolate. So it's not necessarily like boy and girl. I just kind of went with a strawberry and a chocolate one. Of course, I do love vanilla cupcakes, and so I love pink, so I would go with the strawberry one over the chocolate any day. I'm just not that big of a chocolate lover. Sorry. I know so many people out there are like, oh my gosh, how do you not like chocolate? But yeah, that's me. So anyway, I was going to show you how I did the frame, but then I also wanted to show you how I did those little pieces. So first, let's flip this over, and of course you'll notice that my little butterflies actually stayed in place because they are stuck there with a magnet. Now, whenever I did this as a class, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You can put it on the inside under the glass, or you can do it on the outside, outside of the glass. On the outside, it's not as strong of a hold with the magnets that I used, but it still actually stays. If you want to make sure it has that nice strong hold and that nice clean behind the frame look, you can always put it underneath. So here is the type of frame that I got. You can see it's a sports theme where it's got like your picture over here, and it even had this mat, which I went ahead and left these pieces in here because I used the magnet. So I actually stuck my magnet to that piece and then left the frame in there so that it would kind of give a little bit of dimension around that magnet and it wouldn't look so bumpy. So here I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I went ahead and I used the fine tip glue pen and added my welcome. Now you can add your welcome straight across. You can do it up and down like this. You can even go like a little diagonal. You'll just want to make sure to place down all of your pieces and make sure that this spot is big enough that your O is going to fit, because you don't want it to be super, you know, close together and tight and everything. I did actually, I cut a 1-inch piece of scrap paper and did 1 inch down here and 1 inch down there to line up my W, L, and E, and then my E, C, and M, just to kind of help me a little bit. Of course, you'll also want to stay away from the edges because the frame, you know, kind of goes in a little bit, so you want to make sure that, you know, the frame isn't going to cover up those outside letters. So you don't want to go super close to the edge for that. When I went to do the actual placement of the magnet, what I did is I put this where I wanted it to be, and then I stuck a magnet. Let me grab an extra magnet here. Okay, so here I have my magnet on my adhesive sheet. So after I found the placement for my, my circle here, then I stuck the magnet to the back side. So there's my magnet nice and stuck, and I haven't peeled off the adhesive yet. So once I know where that is, then I brought in this piece. I held it, peeled off the back, and then placed it back down and pressed so that that adhesive would stick. You can also do it the reverse way, where you lay this piece of like little cardboard on top. So you can always place it there and then place this on top, lining it up with your cardstock and then pressing right there so that the adhesive sticks. So that's how I know that this is in the right spot every time. So we're just going to put that back in. Go ahead and place that back in for a little bit of texture to make sure that the layering goes well. There's my little magnet right there. And then let's make sure we have this right side up. And I got it upside down, but that's okay. I can fix that later. So now I just wanted to go over how I did the spring there. So to start out with, I actually used the Layering Circles Framelits. You guys know how much I love, love, love those. And I went with the scallops on some and I went with the smooth on others, just for kind of a different look here and there to give a little bit more texture. So you can always pick whichever one you want. I did try ovals and didn't really like them as much, so I went with circles. So that is where my base is with some Pool Party. And then I actually used the Watercolor Wings stamp set, which is this one here, and I stamped out my coral, and I did full strength coral, 1 stamped off coral, and 2 stamped off coral. So it's all in the coral family for that, that butterfly there. Then I die cut that one out. That one actually used the butterfly Thinlits, which this whole suite is retiring. The watercolor wings are retiring, these framelits are retiring, and then the gold detailed one I actually did with the bold butterflies and used that one there. So you can see how these butterflies all coordinate together, which is why I love this whole set. But yeah, all 3 of these are actually retiring, so definitely snatch those up before they're gone. I think one of the sets of framelits is actually already sold out, so you'll definitely want to get those before they all officially go. And so then of course I have my little piece. I added them both to the card with dimensionals because you guys know how much I love dimensionals. And this one I just added a dimensional to the center, one of the minis, and then this one I did the 4 edges, but you want to make sure that you stay away from the edge there. So there's that one. Now for the cupcake ones, I did some blingy paper. So I actually used the Myths and Magic Glimmer paper for this one in the Bermuda Bay and the Iridescent, and again use that scallop circle. And then for this one I used the Sweet Cupcake stamp set, which is also retiring. I'm so sad to see it go. I love cupcakes. So this is a 3-step stamping one, and for the liner, I actually did, I did crumb cake and soft suede. So I did soft suede in the smallest image, and then I did crumb cake full strength, and I did crumb cake stamped off once. And then I did flirty flamingo and chocolate chip for my strawberry and my chocolate with those 3. So it was full strength, stamped off once, stamped off twice. And then I die cut those out with the coordinating cupcake cutouts, which are also retiring, and added those with some dimensionals to the front there. So super, super love it. I can't wait to display this and change up all the little images and make ones for future little celebrations and holidays and seasons. I did also use one of our pizza boxes, so I just added some of the ribbon around the edge with tear and tape, added a little bow to the front with some mini glue dots, and then used the Fresh Florals Designer Series paper. So I actually just did on the front, on the inside, and then on the back. and so you can see that those fit in there perfectly. Super, super cute. Great way to store all of your other occasions and holidays and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial showing you this framed piece of art with the welcome sign there, and I hope you try it out. Definitely be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the future little embellishments that I do for the upcoming occasions and things like that. I think I'll be doing one for like maybe flags for 4th of July, but as well as Memorial Day at the end of May, so that'll kind of be like a May and July one, and then a summer one, of course, too. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys all next time. Don't forget to check out my blog for more photos of these, laurasStampPad.com, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Bye-bye, everyone.